July 18th, 2021, 9 a.m. Paris, France. The morning sun filtered through the narrow windows of a quiet apartment in the 10th arrondissement, illuminating the dust motes dancing over a sea of encrypted hard drives and glowing monitors. For the small group of journalists gathered here, the air was thick with a tension that felt almost physical. They were looking at a list of 50,000 phone numbers, a digital hit list that spanned across borders and regimes. This was the moment the world began to realize that privacy was no longer a right, but a relic of a forgotten era. The ghost of Pegasus had been summoned, and it was already inside the pockets of presidents, activists, and icons of truth. The story of Pegasus does not begin in a dark basement, but in the sterile, high-tech corridors of Herzliya, Israel. Here, the NSO Group crafted a weapon that required no trigger pull and left no shell casings. It was the ultimate zero-click exploit. A digital phantom that could infiltrate an iPhone or an Android device without the user ever clicking a link or opening a file. It arrived as a silent notification, a phantom call that disappeared before it could be answered. Once inside, the ghost took total control. It harvested every encrypted message on WhatsApp and Signal. It activated microphones to record private whispers. It turned cameras into silent observers of the most intimate moments. The digital shadow stretched from the sprawling offices of the Élysée Palace to the dusty streets of Mexico and the gilded halls of Dubai. This was a tool marketed as a weapon against terrorists and pedophiles, yet the evidence suggested a much darker utility. In the shadows of this digital dragnet, the human cost was devastatingly clear. The investigation revealed that Pegasus had been used to target the inner circle of Jamal Khashoggi, the Saudi journalist who was brutally murdered in Istanbul. His fiancée, Hatice Cengiz, had her phone infected just days after his death. The software was a silent witness to her grief, a parasite feeding on her private conversations as she sought justice. The ghost didn't just watch. It provided the intelligence necessary to orchestrate a modern-day execution. As the data continued to pour in, the names became a roll call of global influence and struggle. In India, the phone of Rahul Gandhi was identified as a potential target. In Hungary, journalists found their devices turned into government bugs. The message was clear: no one was safe. Every photo, every location pin, and every private thought was now a commodity, harvested by an invisible hand and sold to the highest bidder. The NSO Group remained defiant, retreating behind a wall of legal jargon. Shalev Julio, the co-founder of NSO, maintained that the company had no visibility into how its clients used the software. Yet, the chasm between rhetoric and reality was widening. The vetted governments included regimes with documented histories of human rights abuses. The true terror of Pegasus lay in its mathematical perfection. In late 2021, security researchers discovered a vulnerability they dubbed forced entry. It was a masterpiece of malicious engineering. A target would receive a hidden file, a PDF or a GIF, that looked like nothing at all. Behind the scenes, the file triggered a memory overflow, granting Pegasus full administrative privileges. There was no defense. No antivirus could catch it. No amount of caution could prevent it. Your device was no longer your own. It was a dual agent, serving you during the day and betraying you to a remote server in the middle of the night. The backlash finally arrived. WhatsApp and Meta filed a lawsuit. Apple called NSO amoral 21st century mercenaries. In November 2021, the United States officially blacklisted NSO Group. It was a crushing blow, but the technology was already out of the bottle. The ghost had been copied, studied, and refined. Even if NSO fell, the era of the mercenary spy had only just begun. For those who lived under the shadow, life changed forever. Activists began leaving their phones in lead-lined bags or burying them in sand. The intimate bond between humans and technology was severed. The investigation proved that in the digital age, there are no borders high enough and no encryptions strong enough to stop a state determined to watch. As we look toward the future, the legacy of Pegasus remains a haunting warning. We are living in a time where the walls have ears and the windows have eyes. The ghost of Pegasus may have been unmasked, but it remains in the machine, a permanent resident of our connected lives. Remember, in the digital panopticon, the only thing more dangerous than being noticed is being watched without ever knowing it.